Welcome back. How do you deal with disrespect? Disrespect is a common challenge that we all face in life, and it can be very upsetting and frustrating. But what if we could learn from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches us how to handle difficult situations with wisdom and grace? In this video, we will explore 13 practical Stoic principles that can help us cope with disrespect in a better way. As usual, I challenge you to be strong and stay with me till the end of the video. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Keep your calm. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is that we are not disturbed by what happens to us but by how we think about what happens to us. As Epictetus said, people are disturbed not by things but by the view they take of them. This means that disrespect is not inherently harmful or offensive. It is our interpretation and judgment of it that makes us feel hurt or angry. Free yourself. When someone disrespects you, remember that their behavior is a result of their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not a reflection of your true value or worth. This can help you keep your calm and not let their disrespect affect your emotional state. Lesson 2. Reflect on yourself. Another important aspect of Stoicism is the practice of self-reflection and self-examination. The Stoics believe that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives and that we should always strive to improve ourselves and our actions. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you face disrespect, it is essential to reflect on yourself and ask questions like, is there any truth in what the person said or did? Did I do or say anything that provoked this situation? How can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and virtues? By reflecting on yourself and the situation objectively, you can gain a better understanding of the event and your own role in it. Self-reflection is a Stoic way of ensuring that your responses are based on rational judgment rather than impulsive reactions. It helps you learn from the situation and promotes personal growth and wisdom. Lesson 3. Learn to pause. Seneca once said, "Whenever you are angry, be assured that it is not only a present evil but that you have increased a habit." Stoics believe in the importance of self-control and rationality. They argue that impulsive reactions driven by intense emotions like anger or frustration often lead to poor decisions and unnecessary suffering. When faced with disrespect, the Stoic approach encourages you to avoid reacting impulsively. Instead, take a moment to pause and collect your thoughts. This pause allows you to regain control over your emotions and gives you the opportunity to respond in a more measured and thoughtful manner. By resisting the impulse to react immediately, you can better align your response with Stoic principles of wisdom. Self-control. This approach often leads to more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions. When faced with disrespect, pausing is a key Stoic strategy to maintain composure and make rational decisions when confronted with disrespect, ultimately leading to more positive outcomes and personal growth. Lesson 4. Embrace acceptance. One of the fundamental lessons of Stoic philosophy is the acceptance of things beyond our control, such as the disrespect of others. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not but rejoices for those which he has." This means that we should nurture gratitude for what we currently have and avoid excessive worry about what we lack. Furthermore, Stoic philosophy teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot, a concept known as Stoic control dichotomy. We can only control our thoughts, emotions, and actions, not external events or the behavior of others, such as what they do, say, or think. So when faced with disrespect, we should not let it disturb the inner peace of our minds. Instead, we should accept it as a part of life and focus on what we can do to improve ourselves and our situation. Only then can we handle the situation wisely. By embracing disrespect with a Stoic mindset, we can avoid unnecessary feelings of anger, disappointment, and unwarranted resentment while learning from the experience and promoting personal growth. This helps us deal with disrespect in a rational and calm manner. Lesson 5. Set clear boundaries. Stoic philosophy doesn't teach us to passively accept all treatment. It's about strength, becoming a steadfast and unyielding rock amidst disrespect, injustice, or any situation we can't control. Imagine yourself as a rock, an existence in this world but not an ordinary one. You are a valuable rock in your world, existing with a unique purpose and meaning. You're not just a regular rock somewhere in the scenery, you're an important part of existence and hold significant value. With self-awareness of your worth, you demand respect from others. You don't accept being belittled or treated unfairly because you know you deserve to be treated with respect and responsibility. Picture yourself as a rock with a firm grip on what we can control and ready to let go of what we can't. Don't let yourself get caught up in unnecessary worries or situations you can't change. Instead, maintain calm and patience when facing life's challenges and upheavals. When someone disrespects you, you don't have to stay silent. You have the right to speak up and protect your own values. Don't let others oppress you or infringe upon your dignity. Assertively and confidently express yourself, not allowing yourself to become a victim of disrespect. You also don't have to retaliate with anger, you can remain calm and confident. Discuss with them what they did wrong and express how you wish to be treated. You have the right to set clear and reasonable boundaries to protect your dignity and self-respect. This is the lesson Stoic philosophy imparts. It teaches us to be strong, just, and courageous in every situation. It teaches us to respect ourselves and others. It teaches us how to maintain inner control and outward dignity in all circumstances. Lesson 6: Choose forgiveness. Forgiveness: imagine someone not respecting you. How do you react? Do you explode in anger or let it pass? Ancient Stoic philosophy brings wisdom to this. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a favor for others but a gift you give to yourself. Forgiveness is the key to inner peace and happiness. However, forgiveness is not simple, it's like building a structure, and it takes time. It doesn't mean forgetting or forgiving what happened. Instead, it means choosing to let go of negative emotions that harm you more than anyone else. Stoics emphasize that we should forgive everyone but not recklessly. We should forgive with wisdom, compassion, and justice. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what is beyond our control. We cannot control others' behavior, but we can control our reactions. We can choose forgiveness and free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. We can move forward with a sense of inner peace and serenity. This is what Stoic philosophy understands about forgiveness. It's not a sign of weakness but of strength. It's not surrender but victory. It's not a sacrifice but a reward. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. Imagine you are working in an organization, and a colleague has shown disrespect towards you in front of many others. Your initial reaction might be anger and a desire to respond by blaming or retaliating against that colleague. However, Stoic philosophy suggests a different approach. Instead of becoming a victim of others' disrespect, you can remember that you cannot control their behavior. Instead, focus on controlling your own reaction. Let go of negative emotions like anger and resentment, choosing to focus on your work and personal growth. This helps you maintain a calm spirit and personal happiness while also allowing you to maintain control and not let others affect your state of mind. Lesson 7: Have empathy and other influential. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, declared, "Seek it not in the outer world, seek it in yourselves." Stoics emphasize the connection between individuals and the belief that understanding the motivations and emotions of others can lead to richer personal interactions and development. When someone shows disrespect, Stoic philosophy suggests practicing empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand them from a different perspective than your own. Empathy can help you view the situation differently, realizing that the other person's lack of respect may not be personal or intentional but rather a result of insecurity, fear, or ignorance. Practicing empathy can also help you sympathize with the individual, reducing negative emotions towards them and their behavior. By empathizing with someone who has disrespected you, you avoid misunderstanding their words or actions as a personal attack and can respond with respect and grace, or you may choose not to react at all, simply listen and walk away. Empathy enables you to understand the perspective, emotions, and motivations of others rather than getting caught up in anger or defensiveness. Therefore, you can choose to respond with kindness and respect, avoiding escalating conflicts and maintaining your self-esteem. Practicing empathy reflects Stoic principles of wisdom, inner tranquility, and self-improvement. By learning from challenging situations and nurturing empathy, you will be better prepared to positively confront disrespect and build upon it. Before moving on with the video, I want to congratulate you for your determination that has brought you to this point in the video. Your strength is truly remarkable, and now together, we will continue to the end. Please continue. Lesson 8. Concentrate on virtue. One of the central ideas of Stoic philosophy is the development of virtues, such as wisdom and courage. These are guiding virtues that lead us to live a good life and act with integrity. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote that ethics is nothing but correct reasoning. This implies that having ethics is actually acting rationally and in accordance with the natural order of things. Stoics consider ethics to be the best thing we can have in life, regarding everything else as unimportant or things we don't need to concern ourselves with. When faced with disrespect from others, Stoic philosophy guides us to place our response in ethics. This does not mean we should simply ignore or tolerate disrespect. Instead, we should respond appropriately according to our Stoic values and principles. In this way, we can avoid being controlled by our emotions, preserve our self-respect and integrity, and develop ourselves. Stoic philosophy challenges us to become the best version of ourselves even in difficult situations and circumstances that we cannot control. Imagine you are driving on the road and suddenly encounter a bad traffic situation. Another careless driver cuts into your lane without signaling, forcing you to swerve sharply to avoid a collision. This situation can make you angry and stressed. Focus on ethics. Instead of getting angry and cursing the other driver, focus on ethics. Remember that safe driving is important, and you should act appropriately, separating emotions. Don't let emotions control your behavior. Maintain a calm demeanor and avoid reacting in anger. Regulate emotions. Instead of anger, you can try using emotion regulation by taking deep breaths and staying alert. Prioritize safety. Prioritize safety for yourself and others. Instead of seeking revenge, decide to continue driving safely and avoid any risks. Learn and grow. Consider this situation as an opportunity to learn. Grasp the lesson of caution and patience in driving, thus becoming a better driver. With Stoic philosophy, you turn a bad situation into an opportunity to demonstrate ethics and personal development even in stressful traffic situations. Lesson 9. Use of humor. Sometimes, a bit of humor can make a significant difference. As the ancient philosopher Seneca said, you are mastering yourself when you know how to handle what should not be joked about. Stoic philosophy teaches us to control our emotions and actions rationally, but it also acknowledges the value of humor in dealing with challenging situations. Humor can be important in coping with any situation, whether good or bad. Using humor can help reduce tension in some situations and is a way to cope with life's challenges. Imagine you're standing in a long line at a store, and you've been waiting for a long time. Instead of becoming tense and angry, you can say to the person next to you in line, "They must be giving us a free sandwich or coffee after we've waited so long." In this way, you've used humor to alleviate the tension and create a sense of comfort in that difficult situation. Humor can help us maintain emotional balance and prevent us from becoming overly angry or sad when someone disrespects us. Instead of letting emotions take over, we can choose to respond with a clever remark or a gentle joke. Of course, humor should be used carefully and in moderation, but it can be a useful Stoic tool for dealing with disrespect in a positive and harmonious way. Lesson 10. Understand that disrespect is their issue, not yours. The 10th Stoic principle for dealing with disrespect is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. This lesson places a strong emphasis on the distinction between things within our direct control and things outside of our control, known as the theory of control. Stoics teach that we have complete control over our thoughts, emotions, actions, and values, forming our inner domain where we can express our will and choices. On the other hand, external events, such as the actions of others and situations, are outside our direct control. Disrespect from others is an external event. Stoics recognize the fundamental limitations of human nature. We are imperfect beings capable of making mistakes and having flaws. When someone shows disrespect, it may be an expression of their weaknesses and limitations and may not necessarily reflect an accurate judgment of you. Accepting that disrespect is their issue allows you to develop emotional resilience. Instead of reacting impulsively or getting hurt, you can develop the ability to maintain inner calm and serenity in the face of disrespect. This doesn't mean you should accept or condone disrespect, but rather you can choose how to respond wisely and thoughtfully. Stoics emphasize that true freedom and power lie in how we choose to react to situations, not in attempting to control the situations themselves. When someone shows disrespect, you can choose to respond with equanimity, composure, or firmness rather than reacting with anger or envy. This choice is within your realm of control. By understanding that disrespect is their issue and focusing on what you can control, you can maintain your inner peace and make wiser decisions about how to deal with disrespect. This not only contributes to your mental well-being but can also lead to more effective communication and healthier relationships. It's a lesson in the power of self-control and emotional resilience, fundamental principles of Stoic philosophy. Lesson 11: Practice empathy and understanding. Stoic philosophy recognizes that often the lack of respect from others is not only a manifestation of their personal limitations but can also stem from their struggles and perspectives. Developing empathy and understanding can help maintain tranquility and promote more effective communication. Empathy involves the ability to put oneself in the shoes of others, trying to understand their feelings, perspectives, and motivations. When someone behaves disrespectfully, it's important to remember that they may also be facing challenges or dealing with their own psychological issues. Empathy creates a bridge for a deeper understanding of the reasons behind disrespectful behavior. Stoics value examining the context in which actions take place. Often, disrespect is not personal or because the person doesn't like you. It may be a reaction to a stressful situation, external pressures, or misunderstandings. By understanding the context, you can realize that disrespect doesn't necessarily reflect your worth as a person. Stoics also emphasize the importance of assessing situations fairly and objectively. Instead of reacting emotionally to disrespect, you can try to approach the situation with a calm and rational mind. This helps you avoid quick reactions and emotions. Empathy and understanding are crucial for constructive communication. When someone behaves disrespectfully, instead of responding with anger, you can choose to address the situation calmly and decisively. This can lead to a more constructive conversation and effective conflict resolution. By practicing empathy and understanding, you preserve your tranquility and mental state. Instead of letting disrespect strongly affect you, you can maintain a more balanced perspective and prevent negative emotions from taking over. This serves as a reminder that empathy and understanding not only improve the quality of our relationships but also make our psychological resilience stronger. It helps us remember that human actions are often influenced by their struggles and circumstances. By approaching disrespect with empathy, we can create space for understanding and conflict resolution. It's a lesson that promotes wisdom and inner peace. Lesson 12: Choose your response wisely. Stoic philosophy's lesson on handling disrespect focuses on the idea that you have the power to choose your response in challenging situations. This includes practicing self-discipline and self-awareness to make wise and balanced reactions when faced with disrespect. Stoics emphasize the importance of self-discipline as a tool for choosing your responses in situations. Instead of reacting impulsively to disrespect, you can pause and evaluate your options. This helps you avoid acting based on temporary emotions like anger or disappointment and instead make more thoughtful decisions when confronted with disrespect. Self-reflection on the value of your reactions is often helpful. Ask yourself if reacting impulsively or emotionally is effective in resolving the situation. Often, a calm and decisive response can be more effective in conveying your perspective and resolving conflicts. Stoics value inner tranquility as a state of peace and serenity. Choosing a wise response to disrespect contributes to preserving this state. This doesn't mean you should tolerate or condone disrespect, but rather approach the situation with calmness and a clear mindset. One of the most important lessons of Stoic philosophy is the significance of not responding to disrespect with further disrespect. Doing so only exacerbates the cycle of conflict and hostility. Instead, choosing a response that reflects your personal values and Stoic principles like self-control and resolve can help diffuse conflicts and promote constructive communication. By choosing your response wisely, you gain control over your reactions rather than letting external circumstances or others' actions control you. This is at the core of Stoic philosophy as it places the power over your life and serenity in your own hands, regardless of external actions. In summary, this Stoic lesson underscores the importance of self-discipline and choosing wise responses when faced with disrespect. This not only preserves inner tranquility but also contributes to more effective conflict resolution and healthier relationships. This lesson highlights the importance of aligning your actions with your personal values and principles rather than reacting impulsively to others' actions. Lesson 13: Change your perspective. Perspective is the ability to view everything from a broader and more objective standpoint. It helps you avoid overreacting or taking something personally when someone disrespects you. Instead, it helps you realize that disrespect is not very significant in the grand scheme of things. As the Stoic philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." When you use your perspective, you can see that most cases of disrespect are petty and temporary. They do not